Hello, I will be reading about Atlantis. Atlantis is a fictional island mentioned in Plato's work Timaeus and Critias as a part of allegory on hubris of nations, purposely creating a literary contrast with the Archimedean Empire, the great land-based power that ruled the East, what the Greeks called Asia. Plato describes Atlantis as a naval empire from the west that had conquered most of Europe and Libya, but when loses but then loses divine favor after an ill-fated campaign against the fictionalized Athens and subsequently submerged into the Atlantic Ocean. By portraying the victorious Athens in the image of his ideal state from the Republic, Plato intended the Atlantis story to bear witness to the superiority of the concept of a state. Despite its minor importance in Plato's work, the Atlantis story has had a considerable impact on literature. The allegorical aspect of Atlantis was taken up in utopian work of several Renaissance writers, such as Francis Bacon's New Atlantis and Thomas More's Utopia. On the other hand, 19th-century amateur scholars misinterpreted Plato's narrative as historical tradition, most famously Ignatius L. Donnelly in his Atlantis, the Antediluvian World. Plato's vague indications of the time of events more than 9,000 years before the time before his time, and the alleged location of Athens beyond the Pillars of Hercules gave rise to pseudo-scientific speculations. As a consequence, Atlantis has become a byword for any and all supposed advanced prehistoric lost civilizations and continues to inspire contemporary fiction, from comic books to films. While present-day philologists and classicists agree on the story's fictional nature, it is still a debate on what served and its inspiration. Plato is known to have freely borrowed some of his allegories and metaphors from old traditions as he had with the story of Gyges. This led a number of scholars to suggest possible inspiration of Athens from Egyptian record of the Thera eruption, the Sea People invasion, or the Trojan War. Others have rejected his chain of tradition as implausible and insist that Plato created an entirely fictional account, drawing loose inspiration from contemporary events such as failed Athenian invasion of Sicily in 415 to 330 in 415 to 413 BC, or the destruction of Helike in 373 BC.